come around here?
Can I just have this one first?
Zhongjing is one of the tens of
right to know
thousands
that
of
you're outside.
overseas
No, I'll tell her
university
that.
students studying in Australia.
Are you Australian passport holder?
No, Chinese. Yeah.
And how long are you here for?
For 1 year and a half.
What are you studying?
Accounting.
Accounting.
Yeah.
Zhongjing is being quizzed about her customs declaration.
Parents paying for your...
Yeah.
Have you been to Australia before, or is this your first time?
No, the second time.
Second time?
Yes.
That's the only cash that you have? How much do you have all up?
350.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have any more in your bags?
Oh, no.
No, that's it?
Yeah.
What about in here? Any
No.
more in there? How much have we got in here?
It's just about impossible not to see these quarantine warnings when you get off a plane. But alarmingly, that doesn't stop thousands of people ignoring it.
We have over 800,000 passengers arrive in Australian ports every month. Those passengers can carry through 6,500 undeclared seizures through Sydney Airport alone. Those seizures could bring in all sorts of exotic diseases like foot and mouth disease or fruit fly, which could devastate our economy.
That's where these guys come in, with noses 100 times more sensitive than humans. Quarantine beagles are perfect for detecting food and plants hidden in bags. But not every beagle makes a good quarantine officer. This is Beagle Boot Camp. These handlers and their dogs have spent 2 months learning to find hidden food and plants. This time next week, they'll be on duty at Melbourne Airport, as long as they pass their final exams.
They're nervous and they're tense, but, you know, it's no guts, no glory, I think. If we get through this, it's a very difficult course. If we get through it here, it'll be great.
For the dogs, it's a game. Find the food and get a reward. But for one of the handlers, it's very serious. If Scott's dog Banjo fails, his own job's at risk.
All right, mate, you want to come in with me? We'll have a little chat. Your bags will be safe here.
At Sydney Airport, Immigration Officer Peter has found himself with a wayward passenger.
This gentleman actually turned up on the wrong side of the airport. His flight came down on one side and he turned up on the other. He got lost somewhere up in the halls and ended up coming down here when no passengers were expected, so he naturally drew attention to himself, and that's why we started looking. Just a quick chat. Have you been to Australia before?
Yes.
And this was on your Canadian passport?
Yes, we did.
Have you ever used your Romanian passport to travel to Australia?
No, because with Romania I need visa.
Right, okay. Can you tell me why you're here?
And I come to arrange some boxing, and because I'm here
That's
to
what you
arrange,
do, huh?
to arrange with Vlad.
Vlad?
Vlad, and I forget. Vlad is a manager of Costa too.
You're a boxer too, huh?
Yes.
What division do you fight in?
80
kilos?
Yeah, depends.
One of the things that we're a little bit worried about is that your passport seems to have some damage to it. And we're not sure at this stage what to make of that. We don't know what to think about whether or not your passport has been damaged just you know, through normal wear and tear, or whether or not somebody's perhaps deliberately played with it. Maybe somebody fooled with this passport, maybe, we think.
Back at the customs barrier,
How much?
10,000 US dollars.
Now we have a problem.
Zhongjing has been caught with a stash of undeclared cash, way above the legal limit.
It's got 10,000 American and over 9,000 Australian.
Madam, you have to listen carefully to what I'm going to say. You do not have to say or do anything, but anything you do say or do may be used as evidence. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You read question number 5, madam.
Do you carry the cash equal or more than 10,000 Australian dollars?
Right.
Yeah.
10,000 or equivalent to 10,000 Australian dollars.
Equivalent
Have you got any other cash? Have you got any more cash?
any more cash?
Yes.
No.
This time, customs won't take no for an answer.
Anyway?
No.
All right, well, I'm just going to go and make another couple of phone calls and then I'll come back and talk to you again.
Marion, the Romanian boxer travelling on a suspicious Canadian passport, is remaining calm. But immigration officers have decided to bring in a document expert.
I've just spoken to the document examiner. He's on his way. He's going to be about 30 minutes and he's going to come in and have a look at the passport. I spoke to him over about the features on the page and we've actually thought that it's warranting him coming in from home to have a look at it.
He did a couple of eye flicks. He's very dry-mouthed, he's sitting very tensely, very upright. He's very nervous.
The rule is that you must declare anything over 10,000 Australian dollars or equivalent.
She's claiming ignorance, but Zhong Jing has broken the law.
No.
10,000 US.
Yes.
10,000 US.
9,500.
The Chinese student has brought in double the legal amount of undeclared cash.
I just have some pocket money.
Yeah, and what's that pocket money for?
This one?
No, what's this money for?
Oh,
What's this money for?
this is money.
Yes, what's that money for?
I just carry this money.
Yes, what's the money for? What do you use the money for?
For my living,
Okay, rightio. I'm going to make a phone call.
going to my phone call.
A phone call, yeah, to the Australian Federal Police.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what will happen after I made the phone call. Okay?
Why didn't you declare the money?
Clear the money. My parents gave me this.
Unfortunately for Zhong Jing, the growing pile of hidden money has forced the hand of customs.
We believe that she's in excess of her currency and that we're detaining her for that reason and doing a baggage examination.
I'm going to go back through this bag again, okay?
Okay.
Any in here? Nothing in here?
You can see. Is there any problem?
Is there a problem? Yeah, there is, because you didn't declare it. If you hadn't declared it, there wouldn't have been a problem. You would have just filled out a form and you would have been on your way.
Okay, madam, what's going to happen now is once we've done the pat-down or frisk search, the Federal Police will be talking to you about your currency.
About my parents.
Yeah, about your money.
If she can't prove that all of this is hers, the police will seize it.
They will carry my money.
They will...
Take her money.
Take my money.
I don't know what they'll do. I have really no idea of what the Australian Federal Police will do.
Okay, won't be long. Okay, I will ring this person.
Back in Sydney, Peter is going to check with a relative to see if Marion's story is true.
Hi Clarice, my name's Peter. I'm from Immigration at Sydney Airport. We're just checking up on a couple of things that he's told us, and one of them is that he was coming to stay with you. Okay, are you able to name this chap for me? Oh, no, you don't need to spell it. And have you met him before? Oh, okay. All right, cheers, bye-bye. What I've gleaned from that is that a lot of what he told me is true. The niece advised me that as far as she is aware, he's a Romanian citizen, but he did live in Canada for quite some time, which gels with a Canadian passport. She's not sure what he does for a living, but they were expecting him for another short visit.
His story checks out, but Peter still thinks there is something wrong with Marion's passport. It will be up to the document examiner to determine if the passport is just damaged or has been tampered with.
So much rests on this document. So much rests on the document.
Thanks for the phone call late at night.
In Sydney, the specialist document examiner has started his forensic work to inspect Marion's passport.
He's going to do a microscopic examination of this passport. He's going to be looking at things as close as the fibre of the paper, the disturbance, if any, to the glue of the paper. He's going to be looking at all these security features. And if it is as we think, and it could be a slice the paper, insert the photograph, that is very, very subtle, very difficult to detect because it doesn't damage the normal security features. This is why we called him in the first place. He's an expert document examiner. We've got some skills in that area, but when it's one of these ones that you really need a trained and expert eye to have a look at, and that's why he's here.
Some things are telling me that it could be, it's either wear or tear or damage from tampering. This is what I have to determine now.
This should only take another 10 or 15 minutes and we should have an answer for you, all right? He's my expert. He's a fully qualified forensic expert in document examination. I'm not. So if he says it's a dud document or a fraudulent document, that's good enough for us, and we will proceed on that basis.
Back at Beagle School, Senior Officer D is explaining how the test will work.
Usual validation, 7 runs. 1 will be a blank run. If your dog alerts, you will say, put your hand up, say it's in here, and we'll either say correct or incorrect.
Okay, this one. Show me. Show me. Yes.
Correct.
Show me. Show me.
Incorrect.
The dogs have been trained to detect fresh fruit and vegetables, meat, plant material, even birds and reptiles. They're supposed to sit if they smell something.
We're only not novice dogs, so we're not expecting what we expect from a dog that's been in the field. But it's very stressful, so they'll be out there chewing their nails, that's for sure.
It only takes a couple of targets. If he misses, then I fail. So we're back to square one then. So it's very important that I keep him on his game and keep him sharp so that he doesn't miss any of those targets, and I can get through the validation today. Yeah.
Benjo, fine. Yes, good boy. Good dog.
Banjo's off to a good start, but it's not a perfect run.
Okay, find it.
The testers have put cheese in one of the boxes. Although it is food, it's not food Banjo should be reacting to.
Incorrect.
How's it going? Yeah, good. He went really well then. Yeah, really happy with him on that run. He sat again on the cheese, but I think I'll just have to do a bit more training with him on the cheese and he'll sort it out.
With only 2 runs left, Scott and Banjo are still under pressure.
Yes, good boy. Good dog.
At the end of the day, the team find out the results.
Well done, guys. You're all through.
But it's not over yet. Tomorrow is the real world test, when the dogs and their handlers visit the airport.
I'm happy at the moment because Part A was really good. They got all their targets. It's still not over yet, and it's going to be a hard one tomorrow, but we'll see how we go.
We've been out there a couple of times and he gets very distracted. Any little noises or any passengers' movement, he tends to just sort of start looking around. With time, he'll get over that, and I think he'll become a very good dog at the end of the day.
So how long have you been out of Canada?
I've been to Canada. I live. Sometimes I go there, sometimes Romanian, but the moment I live in Romanian.
Ah, okay.
What I'm looking for here is enlarged stitch holes, loose stitching, any extra
While
stitching.
the document examiner continues to determine the validity of Marian's passport.
I don't see any extra stitch holes there, so that appears to be genuine.
I show you here.
Peter is using informal conversation to gather information.
Ah, you're married in Romania, huh?
Yes. Look, I'm in Canada here.
You're in Canada?
Niagara.
Ah, lovely.
Niagara Falls.
Beautiful.
So the fluorescent dots here, they're planchettes, and that tells me that the security features in the paper are genuine. Yeah, I'm actually looking at the biographical data page. I can't find anything wrong with the passport, so now I'm looking for any irregularities, any tampering, especially with the biographical print, and also around the photograph and with the lamina.
Do you have children?
Yes, one daughter.
How old, huh?
7.
7. Good age. It's a good age.
I'm looking around the area of the photograph, and there's a couple of little indentations in the lamina which suggest that another photograph could have been there.
Next up, please. Next up.
In the customs hall, officers want to search Zhongjing for any more hidden cash. So far, she's resisting.
If I refuse this, I will meet a lot of trouble after that.
I don't. No, that's not the case.
They've
If you
already
refuse this,
found
you won't
more
be in
than
a lot of trouble after.
$23,000.
I will in the jail.
Are you in? No. Sorry.
I just carry some cash.
Yeah.
Why should do this? No drug, no anything else.
Yeah, okay. We just want to make sure there's no cash or anything other that's on your body or in your pockets.
Okay.
Okay?
You have the right to go to a private room.
The cause is my misunderstanding about the items.
Yeah.
Under them.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
Okay, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to get another female officer. Basically, all she had to do was just fill out a bit of paperwork and she would have been on her way. However, now we've got this problem whereas she hasn't declared the money and now the AFP are interested in her. They'll take the money from her and she may be charged.
Police seized a total of $23,951 in mixed currency. Zhongjing said the money was for university fees. It was her belief that she only had to declare Australian dollars. She was fined $1,000.
A friend in Australia.
You're visiting a friend?
Yeah,
It's turning into a very long day for the Romanian boxer, who came to Australia to arrange a few bouts and found himself going a few rounds with immigration.
So, yeah, if you don't mind waiting 10 or 15, and then we should be able to give you some more information then. All right?
There is some irregularities down the side here as well. Possibly could have been split. I have to do some more examinations on that part of it to see whether it's been split or tampered with, or there's just wear and tear.
Is your wife Canadian too?
Yes.
So you're both Canadian. So your daughter would have both passports?
Yes.
Emma, what I've found is around the edge of the photograph, there is a second indentation in the lamina all the way around, which doesn't align with the photograph. And on the corresponding page behind the photograph, we can also see a second indentation along here, which again doesn't align up with the photograph. There's damage around the photograph as well. The damage there is consistent with the passport's been photo substituted.
Yep. So they've come in at the side.
So they've come in from the side, don't they?
Split the page and just put the photo straight in.
So my opinion, it's been photo substituted.
Great.
In Sydney, immigration must decide what to do with the Romanian boxer.
Hi, Petra. Right, Dave's completed his examination and it has been a photo substituted passport. So it's a really good pick.
His passport has been tampered with and the evidence against him is strong.
Well, very simply, what has happened is they've taken a piece of paper, say like any A4 sheet of paper, and actually cut it in half, but instead of cutting it in half this way, they've cut it in half along the length of the paper. So it's like surgery. They've with very fine instruments, actually separated the fibres of the paper, split it apart, taken out the photograph and put in another one, and then managed to put it all down without damaging too much of the lamina on the top. It's a really good job. And that's why I'm particularly pleased with the result we've got tonight. This passport's been in circulation since 2000.
The other thing, the signature on the passenger card is...
Doesn't match that.
Well, they're trying to match it. It's like we're done with a real steady sort of slow movement. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to go and have a chat to this chappie then, see what he's got to say for himself.
Well, today, unlike yesterday, is a field validation. Yesterday was the scent validation in the training shed, and today is a field validation in the real world. So it's getting the dogs out and the handlers out and testing them in real conditions.
It's D-Day for Banjo and the other dogs. If they fail this test, they fail the course. For Banjo, it'll mean retraining, but for Scott, it could mean finding a new job.
I'll just go through just very quickly what I want each of you to think about. Speed of search can be a little bit quick sometimes, but I don't want you to go like a snail around the place either. So there's that little balance you've got to work on.
Keep the balance.
Yep, okay.
Good.
Scott's worried the airport will be a far greater challenge to Banjo than the training shed.
He gets very distracted here at the airport. He tends just to, if there's a noise in the background, he tends just to look over to see what the noise is. And also the safety is probably the biggest one. There's a lot of movement of trolleys, passengers, so it's very important that I keep his safety in mind as well.
Steve is planting a bag full of pears, a target odour.
We're just going to train some dogs, so it's a training bag.
But can Banjo find it?
Yes, good boy. Good dog.
Judges Doug and Dee are watching Scott and Banjo's every
He's got his lead a little bit scrunched up in the hand there.
I just asked to put them on the floor. Thank you. Good dog. Banjo, find it, mate. Good boy. Just get you to pop all your handbags down on the floor for us.
His voice could be a little bit stronger.
Yeah, he's a big bloke. He should be able to project himself a bit more.
Yes, good dog. How you going, sir?
Banjo's hit on biscuits, which the couple has declared.
Okay, that's fine. No fruit or vegetables in there at all?
Well, they've finished their run. I don't know what's happened yet. It's up to the validators. So we'll certainly know in a minute or two, I hope. And I hope that's a success.
All 5 Beagles passed yesterday's tests, but they won't be working on the front line unless they pass today as well. Like the 50 Beagles already working at airports around Australia, these dogs must be the best of the best. And for handler Scott, this is where he finds out whether he still has a job.
Good news, everyone has got through. I'm pretty proud. Yeah, he's a good little fella. Definitely way off the shoulders. Yeah, really good.
Marian from Romania says he has come to Australia to arrange some boxing. He's travelling on a Canadian passport, which a document examiner has been inspecting under a microscope. Now the gloves are off.
Mr. Ngoi, please sit down. I think we have some matters we need to discuss. Okay? We've completed an examination of your passport. It's been subjected to scientific forensic analysis, and we have come to the conclusion that your passport has been photo substituted. In other words, you are not a Canadian citizen, and that passport was not originally issued to you. It's been your photo has replaced the original photo that was in it.
Who said like this?
Our document people. Scientific examination.
What?
A scientific examination was taken of your passport, and our experts have concluded that your passport has been photo substituted. What do you have to say about that?
No.
You deny that it's been photo substituted?
No.
Would you like us to talk to your consulate for you?
To speak with?
The Canadian consulate, to verify the details that you're telling us.
It's better to go. If you don't leave it to go in Australia, go back.
Because that would be the consequence of what we're talking about today. And what I propose to do is to cancel the tourist visa that you have, refuse you entry to Australia, and put you back on a plane.
No problem.
We will also have to make arrangements for a new travel document for you, because we cannot give you back that Canadian passport.
Why don't give it away?
Because we believe that that passport is a fraudulent passport, and under international law, we have to seize such documents.
If you don't tell me leave it to go in country, no problem, I'll go back.
Yeah, well see, that makes me think that you knew your passport was a problem passport. I think you knew. He's agreeing to disagree with you, Dave. You're no good. You're no good.
That's how we keep getting better.
Right, here I go. Okay, bad news, I'm afraid. We can't get you on Malaysian tonight.
People are sometimes turned around the same day and don't spend any time in a detention centre. That's not the case with Marian.
You'll be going to a place in Sydney called Villawood, and that's where the immigration detention centre is. Okay? It's not a prison for criminals, it's a place for detaining immigrant problems. So, about 1 more hour, and then they'll come and get you. 1 hour. Okay.
The fight's over, and it's a knockout.